Love makes miracles. Everyone in the forest knows the little fairies. Those marvelous, gentle beings could create miracles. And what was their magical power? It was, of course, love. The fairies loved everyone and everything. The sun, the sky, the earth, the forest, and even people. Because of their love, they were able to heal others. For instance, if a flower was ill, they would send their love to the flower, and it would heal in an instant. And if a small animal wounded its leg, the fairies would quickly come to its rescue. The fairies were the healers of the forest. They loved to help everyone. And even though people often destroyed the forest, the fairies still loved them, because they knew that someday humans would realize that they should not harm animals and trees, and should start caring for nature. One of the fairies' most favorite activities was when humans came to the forest for a walk. They would send love to the humans, and people would begin to feel very peaceful and happy. Humans loved to come to the forest to enjoy the harmony and the silence. But in fact, nobody knew that it was thanks to the fairies that they felt so well. This was the secret of the forest. The fairies happily gave their love to everyone day after day. One day, Matthias went for a walk in the forest with his parents. They had decided to have a picnic on the green grass of the forest meadow. When they arrived, his mother and father began to set up a picnic, and Matthias went to look for forest berries. Suddenly, he heard a sad squeak, and among the forest berries he saw a little bird. It had fallen out of its nest, because it was still a baby and could not fly. "I wonder what's wrong with this little bird," Matthias asked himself. "How can I help?" He called to his father to come and to see the little bird. It appeared that the baby was a swallow. The father said that they must not pick up the little swallow, so that his mother could find him and put him back in the nest. But Matthias wanted to help. He was wondering what he could do. And suddenly, he remembered. He had heard of the little fairies from his kindergarten teacher. She would tell him that in the forest there lived amazing beings that healed all forest inhabitants. And so, Matthias closed his eyes and with incredible love in his heart, silently said, "Please, fairies, the baby swallow needs your help. Help him." As soon as the fairies heard his call, they started toward the meadow. The sun had just begun to set, and Matthias' family needed to return home. Matthias ran to the baby swallow and whispered to it, "Don't worry, I called for help, and very soon the fairies will be with you." And so he walked to the car with his parents. That night, when Matthias went to sleep, he remembered the little swallow, and deep in his heart he knew that everything would be all right, because the fairies would help him. When the fairies arrived, they saw the baby swallow and looked at each other. They knew exactly what to do. They held each other's hands and made a circle around the baby. They knew that love makes miracles. That is why every fairy sent a light beam from her heart to the little baby bird. White, pink, violet, yellow, blue. 5 rays of light went straight to the baby swallow. Suddenly, the baby felt like it was held in the embrace of its mother, cuddled in a soft, warm, and tender place. It did not take long before the baby fell asleep inside the warm, loving light of the love sent by the fairies. The fairies continued to send love to the little baby bird the whole night, and so their love helped the baby make it through the night. In the morning, the sun glistened and the whole forest awakened to a beautiful day. The little bird opened its eyes. The danger had passed. The baby swallow was saved. It squeaked happily, thanking the little fairies for all their help. As soon as his mother realized that the swallow was not in the nest, she went to look for him. As she saw the little fairies around her baby swallow, she went straight down to the ground. She embraced her child and thanked the fairies for their help. The fairies happily started toward their home to get a good rest after a job well done. Inside the heart of the little swallow, there always remained the memory of the love of the little fairies. And who knows, perhaps one day the swallow will also send love to those in need. Always remember, love makes miracles.